Hi, it's Mark Wright here to talk to you about VIA's latest new introduction, JAZZ. JAZZ is an affordable shear that can be customized with either black or pink parts. It comes in 4 sizes and a 40-tooth razor thinning shear. So JAZZ is a complete series of shears that you could really enjoy. Now JAZZ is a very comfortable crane style scissor. This is an ergonomic design that allows you to work with your elbow down. It's both offset and angled downward, so when you compare it with the traditional handled shear, you can see the way the crane handle allows you to drop your elbow down, taking stress off your body. It also comes in handy when you're cutting against the skin. A traditional shear is going to drive you right into the client's neck, whereas a crane style shear allows you to work around that neckline without coming in contact with the client. The same is true when you're cutting shear over comb. A traditional handle is going to drive you right into the comb, whereas the crane handle allows you to drop your hand back and work across that comb without the contact with your hand. So crane handles really make your job easier. Now, like all VIA shears, it's also a convex edge shear. So convex edges are smoother cutting, more effortless to work with, and of course they're required for modern day slide cutting like you see happening here. Now also, this shear has a leaf spring tension system which allows you to spread the pressure out lengthwise and widthwise. This eliminates wobble from side to side or lengthwise and makes your blades wear more evenly. It's also easy to adjust yourself. These are made out of Duralite alloy, which is our patented high quality stainless material, and they have an anatomic thumb. Now this bent thumb really helps you ergonomically as well. Because, for example, when you're point cutting in front of a client's face, rather than having to have your elbow up, you can turn and lay your thumb into the side of the bent thumb and actually cut with your elbow in a lower position. Same is true when you're layering on top of the head. You can lay your thumb into the side of the ring and drop your elbow down dramatically. Now, this JAZZ shear comes in 4 sizes, 5, 5.5, 6, and 7. Really, no one has put out a 7 of this quality at this price point ever in the past, and you would find getting a longer shear can really save you a lot of effort in certain techniques. For example, point cutting. With a 5.5 inch shear, you're having to go over the ends, then you're having to really comb that section up again, fan it out to allow you to get in there deeper and work farther into the hair. But with a longer blade like a 7 inch, you're really able to do it all at once. It saves you a lot of time. You don't have to keep bringing up that same section and working it down like you see Allie doing here. Now she'll switch to the longer shear and you'll see the way she can cut deeply down in there, create all the texture she wants without really having to manipulate the hair nearly as much. And so longer blades are terrific for point cutting. They're also really good when you're cutting on the skin. The ability to work around a client's neckline without having to create so many little subsections like you see here. With a long blade, it's 1, 2, and 3, and you basically have gone all the way around the neckline on a client. So a longer blade definitely is something to consider, and with the affordability of JAZZ, a long shear is all of a sudden within the reach of many stylists. Here again, you see point cutting around the face with a shorter shear versus getting back and having a longer handle and a longer blade to get you away from the client's face and get you a better perspective on what you're doing. Now JAZZ also comes in a beautiful 40-tooth, curved tooth, razor thinning and blending shear. No one has put out this quality of a thinning shear at this price point before too. And that means that you can actually not only cut and comb out, but like this, cut, turn into the hair shaft and razor the hair as you comb out, which really helps to blend out the weight line that you get when you initially close the shear. And although it's best done in wet hair, here you see in dry hair where she'll cut, turn into the hair shaft, and comb out. And you see how the weight line is pretty well blended out. You don't have a hard line there where you close the shear. Now she'll come in behind that and cut down on the hair, and this time turn away from the straight blade, and it'll create much more of a distinct weight line in the hair so that you really do see more of a direct line where the shear was closed. So you have the option to go either way, and again, up until JAZZ, that option usually cost over $300. So JAZZ is a remarkable shear with a lifetime warranty and an unbelievable price, You can do it up in pink. You can also switch the knob and the finger rings to black and end up with a beautiful look like this. You have 4 sizes to choose from, a razor blending shear. JAZZ is a shear that every stylist is going to enjoy, and a remarkable quality tool from VIA.